Welcome everyone, this is Mundandagavan and this video we are going to cover how to measure the page performance in 5 minutes using the Lighthouse. Don't think like Lighthouse is some performance tools or it is some kind of a different tool available in the market. It is just like just any dev tool available by default in your browser. So let's see what is Lighthouse and how to use that and what are the different categories we can have in the Lighthouse. Let's consider you are going to test some web page. Consider our facebook.com. In our example, we are going to just measure the performance for this page in a different categories. So how to get the Lighthouse? Let's say you are using the Chrome browser or Edge browser, you can get this option. Just click on it and when you click on the page, right click and click on the inspect. You will be getting your dev tools page, right? Or let's say the different tools available for the developers and testers. Make sure that you are making this console in the same window, not like a separate window. For example, here, if it is something like a different window, it should not be there, because if you are in the different window, this Lighthouse will not be working properly. So just to make sure, just you will be having that option. Let's click on this and click on in the same screen. For example, I'm going to click on the right dock. Right now, you have your web page on your left hand side and you have your dev tools on the right hand side. Now, if you want to see the Lighthouse, you can get it sometimes by default in the screen. If you don't get it, just click on this arrow mark and you will be having the Lighthouse. Even if you don't see after clicking the arrow mark, there will be the plus symbol. You can click the plus symbol and you can get the Lighthouse option from there. Now here you can see the concept called generate report, and it has the different categories like a performance, a progressive web, and let's say the best practices, accessibility and SEO, and the devices called mobile and desktop. Just to see the performance of our web page, we will be using the desktop device and we will be using only for the performance. Just click on the generate report. It's reloading the page and getting some measurements from that page. My user ID is shown because it is from the cookies or let's say some cache, so don't use that. And however, here you can see the performance report. Here you can see the ratings and just we will maximize this one. Since we have generated already report, we can see it as a separate window. Here you can see wherever you have the rating from 0 to 49, it will be in the danger zone, or let's say 50 to 89, it will be something improvements is required, and 90 to 100, it's good and well. And here you can see different metrics like a first contentful paint and speed index, large contentful paint, time to interactive, total blocking time, cumulative layout shift, and so on. If you are from the UI basic, let's say developer or say UI designer, you will be knowing most of the metrics. But for as a simple user, you can just understand the time to interactive. So how much time it takes to for a user to interact with the screen. So here it is 0.9 second, less than a second. So it is very good. So that's the reason you can see the scoring between the 90 to 100. And you have the different things like a different suggestions, opportunities, improvements, diagnostics, and a lot of things are there. Even you can get into the detail. For example, let's say the image element do not have an explicit width and height. If you just want to see the more details, here you can see which element actually. If you just zoom it and you can see what element it is. And even you can get the some references also. img.fb logo is the image which does not have the explicit height and width. In similar fashion, you can see the different diagnostic details in the same page. And here you can see the entire details. So initial page load time and in what time you have captured, because if you want to compare the two or different reports, then it will be very useful. And you can see whether you have tested as a desktop version or the mobile version, and which browser you have used and which DevTools version you are using. Everything can be shown here. And let's say you want to share this with some other team members or let's say some other developers, then what you will be doing is like just click on this three dot symbol, and here you can see save as a JSON. That can be used in the different viewer altogether or open viewer. This will be the different tool altogether. You need to just install that. But however, just go to the very basics. Let's go to here and we will go to the again the same dot, and here you can see print summary and print expanded and save as HTML. Even you can save it as a HTML file. And if you open the same file, you will be seeing the output. It's being loaded. Okay, by the time we will see another option as well. Here you can see print summary and expanded. So we will go expanded so that you will have every information that is mentioned in the report. For example, the expanded report, including the suggestions and the images and so on. Let's say if you're going with just print summary, it will be having only the high level information without the details. So based on your need, you can share this and even this information along with the snapshot of on which page you are testing that. Rather than just printing, you can just have a save as a PDF option so that you can just save it as a PDF. Let's say I'm just opening this HTML report. It will be in the similar line. So you can see all the details so that you can share as HTML file or PDF file with the detail or without detail. So let's go into again the viewer, or let's say the tool actually. Again, I will dock it. Let's say to the right, and here you can see, just clear it again. You can clear it. And now this time we are going to use all the things, best practices CEO. And this time we are going to check in the mobile version and generate report. And here you can see on your left hand side, you can use a different mobile version. In our case, by default, it has taken the Moto G4, and which has the resolution of 360 into 640, the screen size, not resolution, actually screen size, and you can see how it works. In similar line, even if you have the multiple options, you can check for the different mobile versions or the different screen sizes. Here you can see the different scores for the performance, accessibility, best practices, SEO, and so on. The similar line, whatever we have discussed so far, the same thing can be shared with the different people by exporting as a HTML or PDF or on a different formats, and even in a JSON format. So this is about the Lighthouse report viewer. So by using this viewer, you can get the different metrics for the given web page. Now let's understand. So how do we get this? And let's say if you're going to that page, so how this score has been calculated. The same report, you can just click on this and you can open it into the different tab. And here you can see the calculator as well. Here you can see the different, let's say the different languages. You can see the documentation for the performance scoring details, and you can convert into English, and you can see the details about how it has been calculated. A similar line, if you just see the calculator report, so let's say, for example, you clicked on the C calculator. Here you can see what is the minimum point they have set for the calculations. For example, FCP, first contentful pen, it has been set to 908 milliseconds, and your metric score and your weighting. And same thing for the speed index, LCP, and so on. Even you can change based on your, let's say, org level, or let's say your development team has been set the different benchmark, then you can change it accordingly, then you can generate the report. Even you can just change at the mobile level, or let's say the desktop versions at different levels. You can change it based on your discussion with your development team or the UI and UX team. So this way, we don't need to look for any different tool for the measuring the performance for the given web page. We can use this Lighthouse option for the different browsers, such as like a Chrome browser and Edge browser. So this way, I feel like this will be the very great tool for the measuring the page performance. So this is all about the Lighthouse. So thanks for watching and have a great day.